And this is our smart deal that you're looking at, $149.98, 5 flex payments on it as well. And truly, you have never seen anything quite like this. He brings us incredible designs straight from the mine. Jay King is joining me right now, but let me tell you what, Jay King, you have been to many, many mines and had to go to how many to get this necklace put together?
Well, this comes from 12 individual different mines.
12 mines.
You know, it says colors of sapphire, we're not kidding.
You are wearing a rainbow. It is so spectacular. It is so beautiful. Look at the shading in this and know that these are actually all natural sapphires, which is fairly terribly unusual to find out in the marketplace.
You know what most people, and here again, a lot of enhancements that they do to gemstones and semi-precious and different materials actually make them better or make them look better or whatever. Sapphires are one of the materials that normally have either some kind of heat treat to them, some kind of oil treat. It brings out the natural colors. It makes them more vibrant. In this case, you're looking at all natural. Everything in here is natural. So you've got reds, pinks, raspberries, purples. You've got blues, you've got different shades of blues. You've got a brand new, you can see as in stations here, that's a brand new yellow sapphire that comes from Tanzania, of all places. So you have materials here from Malawi, which I could talk about. The Malawi sapphires, just like everything, it always has a great story. The person I got that, the miner I got that from, how he makes his living, he's a tobacco farmer. He's like 5th generation tobacco farmer, but he's anti-smoking. So
okay.
when I met him, I stayed at his house, a palatial house. Like I said, he's like 5th generation tobacco farmer. But he's anti-smoking, and so we're at his house. We stayed at he had a beautiful palatial home, and but he is starting to mine as an alternative because he wants to get out of the tobacco business.
Wow.
And he wants, and so we were able to get the sapphire from him. In fact, I've been in contact with him recently, and hopefully we're gonna have some different colors that they're finding in Malawi. If you've never been to Malawi, it's very interesting.
I think most of us have not been to Malawi, Jay.
It's, and then you've got material out here. The pinks and reds come from Mozambique. A lot of this material comes out of Tanzania, and there's actually a few that are from other countries in South Africa. But it's all African material. And you know, the amazing thing with sapphire, so everybody knows this, you know, rubies are in the same family as sapphire, but what determines a ruby being a ruby is the fact there's only 5 colors of red that the GIA recognizes it to be a ruby. But there are colors in this that if you didn't know better, you would think it was a ruby. And if it wasn't, the GI says it's not a ruby, it's not that color. So it's got, here again, it's got this infusion of all these different colors. It's a myriad of colors. It's the colors of sapphire. It's the first time that we've ever done this where we've included all the different colors of sapphire that, together in one design.
It is a stunning piece. It is a spectacular piece. It is a smart deal. Today, we have a lot of questions, and by the way, we do also have your matching bracelet, so you can just slip that on. It has a little bit of stretch to it, and also your earrings that match back too. And Martha was saying, I am getting the sets, Jay. I already started shopping this morning. Wow, I am in big trouble. Gorgeous pieces. Love, love, and love. And Cheryl had a question. Did he say, are they heat treated?
No, they're not. That's the whole thing, and that's the great. That's the, you know, one of the great things about these materials. These materials are all natural. They're not. There's no treatment to it at all. They're not oil treated. They're not heat treated. They do it like a low-level radiation, like how they treat topazes. None of that has been done to any of this material. I even brought the rough material. It was kind of fun because you know, in my collection, I was able to go and I just grabbed a handful of the crystals that I had from each bin, and just so that I could, you know, kind of show you what it looks like. And these are the natural crystals. And the thing with these crystals, if you look at these colors, if you notice now, these are specimens that that I collect, right, or that I'll put in my private collection. This is really unusual for them to be this big, okay? So when you look at the size of this necklace, you look at the size of the beads that we've cut, we're actually utilizing the whole size range that we have. Most sapphires, if you go out though and you look in the marketplace, they're always very small little cabochons, right? Or they're little faceted. Normally, you know, if you got something that's like 8 by 10 millimeters, that's giant for a sapphire. And that's the biggest, really kind of the challenge when you cut something, or if you want to cut something big in sapphire, is the size that the crystals normally come from. And again, these are all from us cut from scratch, okay? And when I mean scratch, I mean scratch. We cut everything from the rough. We don't buy anything from anybody. We don't buy things that are pre-cut. If we do, we tell you about it, and it's usually some crazy deal where it's below what even the labor cost would cost, and somebody needs money and we're able to do it, and we share that with you. In this case, though, what we've done is we had all these different sapphire materials. We decided, well, we didn't really have enough of any one color to do a project. So we said, what the heck? We'll combine them all together, and you'll give you an amazing, amazing price, amazing value.
It's a great value.
Just as
it's
kind
a
of
crazy value, actually.
It's crazy, crazy.
Value.
And here again, these are all natural sapphires, and it's the whole myriad, the whole rainbow of colors. It comes from, I'm saying 12, it might even be more than that, deposits, but it's things that I've collected over the last 3 years.
And all put together into one spectacular piece. You know, you can buy a piece of jewelry, and it's a nice piece of jewelry, and you'll wear it. This is a generational piece. Well, this is a piece that I would pass to my daughter, that she would pass to her daughter, because it's that special. It is something you'll never see anywhere else, anything like it, and probably not from you again, because, because it took so long to source the sapphires.
But you know, but that's a great point. And you know what? So many people now that have talked to me, is they've actually, they are handing them down. I mean, and these are heirloom pieces. They're pieces that are custom made, they're well made, and they're things that actually have total value to them that are they're not gonna go down in cost. I think sapphire, as far as I know of what I've seen in the last 3 years, is not going down in price. It's going up steadily now.
Well, you have never seen anything like this. You will love it even more when you get it home and you put it on. It is spectacular. Now, we do have the additional pieces to go with it.